So, friends, this is where we are right now. There are a ton of channels covering this topic. I'm going to be a little bit brief about this. I'm going to be rambly. That's just all off the cuff. I'm going to talk about my feelings on the launch. I'm not going to call it the day one launch because that's just not true. I'm going to talk about the release of Darktide. I'm going to start with the cosmetics because I have to be careful here because it's blatantly bad. Some people are going to say, well, you don't have to purchase anything. Correct. You don't. You really don't. I've been in sales for the past 6 years. You know, one thing I've learned after all that time is people do not like to feel like they are being sold to. It's why when I see a cash shop, I'm very hesitant on what I'm buying nowadays. It used to be that I would just buy because, I mean, why not? Screw it. This is a game I play. I want to support the developers, yada, yada, yada. That's if I actually believe in the product. That's a topic for another time. The main point, though, is, you know, looking at a shop and seeing that some of these items will go away in due time. You're going to miss your shot here if you don't buy this item right away. I don't understand that. There are games that really did their cash shops well. And some of you guys might actually agree with me here, and let me know down in the comments if you actually have any, you know, similar experiences here. But there's a game that really does this well. You might have played it. It's called Vermintide 2. Vermintide 2 had a cosmetic store that did not release on launch. It took them a couple of years after launch to actually implement this feature. And their reasoning behind it was sound enough. We kind of clapped back at them because it's like, I don't understand. I bought this game, and I understand it's a live service, but why are we doing this? And you know, they explained it well enough. Hey, buying these cosmetics can actually fund more grandiose expansions. They can fund us doing free expansions down the line, which is what we intend to do. The cosmetic store inside of Vermintide 2 was implemented well. I saw no problems with it when I first saw it. I was a little bit hesitant, but I mean, everything was there. The premium currency you could actually earn by playing the game. There was no issues there. You can buy whatever items that you want out of the store at any period. And then they also had sets that you can just buy flat out with actual money. They didn't hide it behind some sort of premium currency. They told you flat out, hey, we want X amount of freedom units for this cosmetic here. And that was fine. Another example here. Path of Exile has probably in the industry one of the best microtransaction stores out of any game. Everything in there is purely unneeded. If you want more stash space, you can buy extra stash tabs. This funds the game, keeps the game alive. If you want cosmetics, if you want your character to look a little bit different, then alright, you can buy cosmetics. Supports the expansion that you're currently playing. And you don't need any of it in order to progress. You are able to completely progress through the acts completely without buying anything. There is nothing there that's giving you a leg up aside from the stash spaces. And if you buy the stash spaces, then it makes the people that actually play this game for a longer period of time, they're here. They're here to stay. And again, it's another microtransaction store. You can buy anything at any point. Nothing's archived to the point where you can't buy it unless it was something that was you know, let's say you needed a code for it. Like you had to go to a convention of some sort and you had a special code. There are cosmetics like that. That's fine. That's okay. But you can go back at any point, buy any previous expansions set for your character. And again, you don't have to do this in order to progress the game. That's completely up to you. It's up to your own, you know, needs. Another game, Warframe has a ridiculously good microtransaction system where you can earn the premium currency by just playing the game. It's community ran. There's no super complex cartel that's running things behind, you know, closed doors. No. If you want premium currency, you got to play the game. You have to have a reason to having. I can English, I swear. I'm a narrator, you know. But you need a reason to have the premium currency. So you're going to be playing this game. You're going to be earning an item in-game that somebody else is going to want to buy off you. And when somebody buys that item off you, you can take that premium currency and turn it into something. Buy extra slots so you can have more weapons, or extra ward frames, or flat out buy a ward frame, or flat out buy a weapon. Like I said, all community ran. Everything is there to purchase, and everything can be purchased from other players. And respectively, things that can be sold, rather. Now, the way that we have it inside of Darktide, I'm not angry just yet. I think it's silly the way they implemented it when they had such a better system inside of Vermintide. And as much credit as I give to Hedge, who's the community manager for, one of the community managers for Fat Shark, as much praise as I give him in the past few videos alone, I felt like this right here was a little tone deaf. He had mentioned why there was no feature to just buy what you need. And the fact that this is a feature, apparently, when this was already implemented in the past, you know, game. And it's not like this game is down. You can still go back into this game and see it firsthand. You can buy flat out the item that you need. And there's no sparkly words behind it. Nope, they tell you flat out, this skin will cost you X amount of money. I just found this a little silly. And I hope that this wasn't just, this is the legal jargon that we need to say. We're not really allowed to say anything too official. But I'm gonna say this and hopefully it sticks. And now we have a super big meme. As far as microtransactions go, though, here, hold on. Let me actually see if I still have this tab here. Yeah, there it is. Those are the recent Steam reviews of the game. As you can see here, this is, you know, mostly positive. Mostly positive here. And this was during the beta. Now remember, the beta lasted for 2 weeks, and then we had a downtime period of a full day. So there was a full day of people not playing this game. The game is quote-unquote in a release state, a finished state. It pushed past their beta period, and the game is, at least to the developers, completed. This right here is of December. This is a little worrying, for sure. I need to see what this is like after tomorrow. Right now, if we go on the Steam page, let me see if I still have that. Yeah, so right now on the Steam page, it's mostly positive. We're still sitting at 72% here. Yeah, these are from my friends. Let's see. Some of these are from... Sorry, I was reading this here. You don't have to be a Warhammer fan to enjoy this game. Definitely the best melee combat FPS/horde fighting game I have ever Lead. If you like Left 4 Dead, Vermintide, Killing Floor, etc., you will love this game. The atmosphere and the music is the best I've ever had in any 40k game, and the gameplay is fast, visceral, and just flat out fun. The difficulty levels let you decide how hard or easy you want it to be, and the matchmaking ensures you always have someone to play with. Oh boy, do I have some things to say about the matchmaking, boy. Yeah, so I mean, it's just take it or leave it, right? For a lot of people, the game is in a relatively playable state. I know we had released a video yesterday because I had a few problems with this game. If you're running an AMD CPU, you might be running into this issue. If you are, then I would recommend taking a look at that video, but essentially to boil it down, whenever you launch the game, it would just cut off your human interface devices. This will be your keyboard, your mouse, headset, you know, whatever you can interact with. The only way to fix it, as far as we know right now, is to just plug it into different ports. See how that runs you. So yeah, we'll check back in on this in a couple of days. Hopefully it's where it's at. Let's see what else we got here, because there was something else that I really... Yeah, okay, yeah, it's this. This is a post detailing the ratio between the Aquillas, is what they're called, and and how much you're getting back, basically. I think I'll put this link in the description. That this is not me giving anybody the go ahead to, you know, yeah, buy or do whatever you need to do. It's however you guys want to experience the game. For me personally, I'm not going to be buying anything just yet until I see something substantially change with this system. I pre-ordered the game, which I was already hesitant enough to do, but I love Vermintide. And I was excited to see a 40k version of this because I'm not too big of a 40k stan. I like the fantasy, but I wanted to see a 40k version of this, and you know I'm sticking around. We obviously have a lot of videos to post here, and there's a lot of stuff I want to cover for this game. And I felt bad because I missed that opportunity with Vermintide. I did not want to do the same thing here. So I'm gonna leave this down in the description if you guys want to see this. It gives a pretty good representation of the conversion rate. It seems like the sentiment currently, $20 is probably the sweet spot. 20 freedom units. Because that at least lets you buy a full kit. I think this allows you to buy two kits, so you can fully gear 2 characters. That's if you even want to, you know, go down this route at all. I personally would avoid, if you're going to spend it all, I would just avoid the $10 and below mark, and I feel like that's a waste. That's just me personally here. Let's see what else I had. Oh yeah, and the whole reason behind that is because, you know, so 4,500, you're going to be able to buy this and you know, something else here, compared to the $10 where you're not even able to buy a single set. But at least with the $20, you can get 2 sets, and that'll get you where you need to go. But in terms of, oh yeah, this is fun right here too. I'm gonna bring this up now. In terms of the overall state of the game, I really feel like this game is in early access more than anything else. I have never been a part of a release where something was barred off to you. And what I mean by that is, if you haven't been playing the game, currently the Shrine of the Omnissiah, where you can craft weapons like Vermintide, or, you know, upgrade your weapons from, that area still isn't fully implemented. There are still sections that are barred off, so you can't craft anything yet. The things that were in Vermintide previously are still not integrated into this game, which is, it's a little head scratchy for sure. I haven't, again, I've never been a part of a release where the planned features aren't initially there. Like, and you know, I played Halo Infinite. That game was a cluster. But I haven't been a part of a game where it was just like, all right, so we have this in the game. You can access part of it, but not all of it, because we still don't know if we want to even commit to this. So that's a little weird there. As far as that, the game is still fun. You know, it's a horde shooter. It's fast food gaming, so you get what you get out of it. You know, if you're looking for a game to kind of just chill out with your friends with, we still don't have a private lobby section, so you still have to queue with, you know, a random lobby. That was a real head turner for me, because it just makes sense to have that aspect in the game. Some people don't want to queue with other people, especially if they're just getting into the game. I almost quit Payday 2 because of that. And I had put so many hours into Payday 1. I put so many hours into Payday 1. But coming to Payday 2, I had came pretty late to the party. It was about a year later before I would actually get into Payday 2. I didn't have any decent equipment to actually play the game on at that point. And I had bit the bullet, and I was just like, you know what, screw it, we'll play it. So a whole year goes by, and I really wanted to refund the game. Because the first game I had joined was basically the speedrunning at clan. I guess they were a clan. It was a speedrunning clan, and they were really... I had told them, like, hey, I'm new to the game, what's going on? And they were basically explaining everything in the game to me at that very point. And I hate feeling like I'm being driven. I said at the beginning of the video, people don't like feeling like they're being sold. Same thing with being taxied around a game. It's just not fun that way. People want to learn at their own pace. People want to play at their own pace. And I was just watching these guys completely metagame the system. You know, things I didn't even consider when I was playing on my own. And these guys just kind of had their own little system. So I was like, this game probably isn't going to be for me if this is this is the meta here. You don't have that at all with Darktide. You don't have a private lobby that you can just access and fully play yourself like you could in Vermintide 2. And I said this in the previous thought video I had for Darktide. I really hope that they do something with these bots. The bots are still the same. They have not did a single thing with the bots. Real head scratching stuff here. No private lobbies. So you can't just trio, duo, quads, none of that. If you want to queue with your friends, you need a quad stack. And you know, like I said, that's just basically where I'm at with this game. I think the game is fun. It's fast food. It's filler. You're gonna get what you put into it. And you know, we're still gonna be covering stuff on the channel here. I personally like the game. I think it's fine. I hope that you guys share what you guys feel about the game down below. Like I said, I read every comment. For me personally, I think the game is good. I just wish that the features that they had talked about in blog posts and dev streams, I would have hoped that they would have actually committed to what they were saying, because it's definitely weird. It's AA, but you know, if somebody like Activision had pulled something like this, or EA, everybody would be up the wall right now, because it's a different ball game. This is an indie game, so it's already weird enough that you pay $40 and then you see there's a cash shop in there. It's going to be a live service game, so it has to happen. Quote unquote has to. I mean, you know, welcome to modern gaming, right? That's all I got, guys. I rambled on a little too longer than I thought I would. I'm trying to keep this to 15 minutes. Like I said, let me know what you guys feel down below in the comments. we still have a lot of videos to release. The Zealot guide I'm still working on. I kind of wanted to finish out some other ideas that I had planned. Stay tuned to the channel. And like I said, just let me know what the vibes are. How are you guys feeling about the game? Are you guys having a good time? Did you guys experience any issues while playing? Let me know down below. And thank you for watching.